Welcome to LatinPerDiem. Today we're looking again at the Apostles' Creed, Symbolum Apostolorum. Et in Iesum Christum, Filium eius unicum, Dominum nostrum, qui conceptus est de Spiritu Sancto, natus ex Maria Virgine, passus sub Pontio Pilato, crucifixus, mortuus et sepultus, descendit ad inferos, tertia die resurrexit a mortuis, ascendit ad caelos, sedet ad dexteram Dei Patris omnipotentis, inde venturus est, judicara vivos et mortuos. This, the second stanza of the Creed, the Credo, is very simple grammatically and yet, of course, theologically quite rich. Implicit at the beginning is the verb credo, which we see at the beginning of the first stanza, I believe. I believe et also. Et, here, as often, is short. It's an abbreviation of etiam, also. In Jesus Christ, in Iesum Christum. And now we have a number of modifiers, or appositives. He is a filium, the Son. Filium is modified by unicum, the only begotten, or the sole or unique Son of God, eius. He is Dominum, Lord, namely ours. These are appositives, filium and dominum, with their respective modifiers, unicum and nostrum. And now the Creed launches into a very long subordinate clause that begins with qui conceptus est. And implicit in each one of these, all the way through sepultus, is the verb est. And thus each one of these constitutes a perfect passive. Conceptus est, natus est, passus est, crucifixus est, mortuus est, et sepultus est. Now, with the exception of the first one, where the est is explicit, it is implied with all of the other perfect participles, fourth principal parts of various verbs. And you can see why it would be superfluous to repeat est each time. Who conceptus est, was conceived, de Spiritu Sanctu, from the Holy Spirit, born, ex, out of the Virgin Mary, suffered, passus, sub Pontio Pilato. So notice these three important prepositions, de, ex, and sub. From or by the Holy Spirit, born out of, from the Virgin Mary, suffered under the influence, authority of Pontius Pilate, crucifixus, mortuus, crucified, dead, and buried. Now, with the exception of this one here, we have the figure of speech ascendaton in each of the clauses, which means leaving out of the conjunction. So no conjunctions except here at the last one. Crucified, dead, and buried. That's the end of the subordinate clause. He descended, descendit, resurrexit, a series of verbs, ascendit, sedet, and finally, venturus est. He descended to the lower places, into hell, ad inferos, on the third day, tertia die, ablative of time, the point of time. On the third day, he rose again, a mortuis. The a here, of course, ablative of separation. He rose again from the dead, resurrexit, also perfect tense. He ascended, perfect tense, ad caelos. So notice the contrast here between ad inferos and ad caelos. Join us for more next time.